Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Byrd here. Today I am here with a massive pattern haul from Hobby Lobby. Every one of these patterns were only 99 cents, and I also got a bunch of buttons, so let's get into it. Hobby Lobby is running a 99-cent sale for all of their McCalls and Nomi brand patterns. I don't know how long the sale will run. I was able to actually score these probably about a week ago. I scored half of them while I was visiting family in Seattle, and I scored the other half when I got back home to Maryland. So let me just share that we right now have no idea what's happening with the pattern companies, right? We know that they filed for bankruptcy, Simplicity, Butterick, McCall's, Vogue, Nomi, all together under one umbrella, Simplicity Creative Group, Design Group of Americas. They're all under one company. They filed for bankruptcy. They were bought by a liquidator. Now, we know generally when a liquidator gets involved, that usually it means that the company is going to go out of business. I don't really know. But I wanted to preface this by saying that I am really hopeful that the brands will be able to pull themselves out, and recent things that have happened in the court in Texas leads me to believe just that there is yet a future for these brands. May not be for all, but for some of them. So I'm really excited about that. But all right, enough of that, guys. Let's get into the details about the patterns that I was able to score. And they're in no particular order, so I'm just going to start. So this is McCall's 8404. I have been looking at this pattern for a very long time, and I was really happy to score it. I love the details with this little cutout here. I love that you can do a sleeveless version, but you can also do a long sleeve version. So this is a pattern in my mind that can be worn all year long. I really do love the line drawings on the back. You do need woven fabric for this, and it is an inclusive pattern. So I have actually a larger size. I just noticed, I think I picked up the wrong size. This one starts at 30. That's okay. I will actually give this to a friend, and I'm gonna run back and make sure that I get the right one because I love this. And then the next one that I picked up is McCall's 8390. Now, let's get into this mini skirt, guys. I am here for that mini skirt with that zippered detail down the front of the mini skirt. I love that. And there are a couple different versions that you can do as well. So if you see this one right here, it has a little different kind of silhouette at the bottom. So I love the options. That's definitely one I'm going to make this season. This is McCall 7908. And although it says petite, it is actually my size. So I'm really excited to work with this. I love a jumpsuit moment, and this one really does speak to me. I love the pockets in the front at the top, but I also love the pockets here that make it really easy for your hands to go in and out. And the zipper is down the front, which I really love because as much as I love a jumpsuit, going to the restroom can definitely be problematic. So I love that the zipper is in the front because it makes it easy to get in and out. So that one is at the top of my making list. And then I have McCall 7778. I still can't believe that I got all these patterns for 99 cents. So if you're near a Hobby Lobby, go ahead, jump in and grab as many of these patterns as you can, because regardless of what happens with the sewing companies, Simplicity, Butterick, McCall's, all of them, it's unlikely that you're going to be able to get patterns at 99 cents. So I say run and grab whatever you can now. So this is McCall 7778. And this is also, it doesn't look like it, right? But it is a jumpsuit. The drape in the skirt gives the impression that it's a skirt, but it's actually a jumpsuit, and I really like that. I also like the tie detail in the back. I'm going to show you the line drawing. So you see that tie detail in the back? That really got me. I love that. And what I love about that tie detail in the back is you can actually tighten it up so you get a really nice fit across the chest. I've actually found that depending upon the fabric that I use, I'm able to wear this without a bra, which is always a feature. But I also love that the straps are pretty wide, so it is bra friendly. So that's McCall's M7778. This is one that I've actually already made a few times. It's McCall 7969. It is a classic. It is a super easy, beginner-friendly pattern. You need wovens for this, so a non-stretch fabric. I like this one. I've made it a few times. I love the volume in the skirt, depending upon how you do it. And I also love this little V detail. It's just so easy. I already own the pattern, but I have a PDF version of the pattern, and I really wanted, again, not knowing what's going to happen with the pattern companies, I really wanted to have a physical copy of it. Then I have McCall's 8098. Now, one of my good friends, two of my friends actually have made this twice. And there is that detail on the pants where it has the ruffle on the side. So this is a really easy pattern to make. But what I love about it is that you can get a lot of drama depending upon the type of pattern that you pick. This is also an opportunity to maybe do some color blocking. So this is definitely one that I'd been eyeing for a while. So I was really happy to get it. And then I have McCall's 8114, so 8114. And this one, I didn't even get in. It actually comes extra small to extra large. When I picked this up, I was thinking about my daughter. She doesn't know yet, but when she sees this, she's going to love this. I think this is something she's going to definitely want me to make for her. But look at the line drawings in the back. And so you can see the options to be able to close it in the back. I love those straps across the back. And I think this is definitely going to be one that she will love. And it doesn't take a lot of fabric. I think you only need, depending upon the width of your fabric, you only need probably about a yard, yard and a half, maybe 2 yards if you're at an extra large. So I could even do a matching moment with my daughter. So I thought about this one for her, and I think it is definitely a win. McCall's 8387. What drew me to this pattern, those sleeves. Okay. I love the bodice, how it is fitted through the bodice and it flares out at the bottom. Not quite a peplin, but definitely flares out. And I love the sleeve drama at the top. So this might be a sleeve that I actually, if I'm hacking a pattern and I want this sleeve on something else, I will pull the sleeve and use it on something else that I am making. I even like the short sleeve version right here. I think that's a really cool one as well. And this one you need cotton blends. There's actually a lining here, so you're probably lining the bodice to create a little bit more structure. And you need, depending upon which option you choose, somewhere between, if you do the long sleeve, you're going to need about 4 yards, I guess, because of all of the drama in the sleeves. Definitely love that one. This is a really easy beginner-friendly pattern. It's McCall's 8066. Super easy. It is their level 1 learn to sew pattern. And I got this in the large and extra large. Just an easy breezy pattern. And I love the ruffles on the bottom. So I went on and got this one. It's just super easy. And I do love it. And I think there are some options. So you can do it without the ruffles. And then you can do one ruffle. And you can see the main photo here has a couple ruffles, so really cute. This is another one that I picked up for my daughter. Get into that, guys. That is cute. I love the one-shouldered look. I love that little cutout at the bottom. Now, I'm pretty sure you probably need moderate stretch knits. I knew this was a knit one. And I would go with the one, so the version I think that my daughter would love is going to be, honestly, this one. I don't think she's going to go for all of the ruffles on the bottom. That's more of a thing that I love. But I think she would love this. And we're going away in December to celebrate her birthday. So I think that that might be something to surprise her with. McCall's 8366. This is cute. Now, I tell you guys, don't get stuck on the envelope cover and the picture of the person on the envelope. I look at the line drawings and I begin to imagine how I would make that pattern using different types of fabrics instead of just looking at what's here. Because sometimes when you look at the pattern cover, I'm like, definitely not me. I don't want that. But I'm telling you guys, I can see myself making this in a gorgeous, it could be a solid color, but I would probably go with something bold and beautiful that I paired with a pair of neutral colored leggings. I like this. I love the zipper in the front, and I love how it is fitted. I also love that you have a couple options, and of course it has a hood. But look at that little crop version that stops at the waist. Really nice. So I like that one. And I have a couple more. So guys, grab yourself a tea. I got a couple more to go through. Grab some water. This is McCall's 8388. I love this. Look at the drama in the neckline. So that square neck, I really love. I love the drama in the sleeves. I love how it ties around the waist and kind of cinches in the waist. I think that that is really a cute shirt. And again, I love a pattern that has options. So you have a sleeveless option, but you also have a long sleeve option. So I can pull this pattern out any time of the year. That is a bonus. One of the things that I'm looking for is versatility. I want my money to go as far as it can. And so when I can get a bunch of different options in one pattern, that's a win for me. All right, guys, so this is one of the designers that I love. I actually met her in Atlanta at Atlanta Frock Tales, and she is incredible. She goes by Corny Rainbow, so if you're looking for her on socials, you can find her under Corny Rainbow. And I really love the sweatpants here. Great opportunity to do some color blocking, play with different textures and that sort of thing. I do love that. And it comes with a bodysuit pattern. So let me show you the line drawings. Again, versatility, getting the most out of my money is important. So I really like that. She might have even been pregnant. She just had a baby. Her baby's like 1 year old. She may have even been pregnant in that pattern. And speaking of the Corny Rainbow, this is another one of her Know Me patterns. And I love the silhouette of the skirt with those ruffles, that asymmetrical ruffle. I love that you can also do a long version. And again, getting the most for your money. There's a top as well, if that's an option, if this top speaks to you. And I do love this top. Now, I probably would modify the top. Honestly, big busted or full busted, I should say, curvy. And so I would probably modify the top to make sure that I am comfortable in it. But I really picked this pattern up for the skirt. And that is Know Me pattern 2022, Corny Rainbow. Very good. Couple more, hang in there. So here is McCall's pattern 8406. It is, again, look at the skirt and that kind of dip in the front. That really just spoke to me. You know, I recently did a dress using an ombre fabric, and it is a beautiful thing to be able to use a fabric that speaks for itself and can stand on its own. So in this particular case, I would use a fabric that I would want to put on display. Because of this skirt, it would really put the fabric on display. So that's why I picked this up, because it's minimal lines in the skirt to really kind of allow the fabric to just shine. So I like to be able to mix things up a little bit there. Here is McCall's 8385. Now you guys remember, where's that skirt? So you remember these pants here, and it had that ruffle detail on the side. So I picked this one up because, again, I love the ruffle detail on the side. Again, don't get hung up on the pattern cover, because if the model doesn't speak to you, and I think she's gorgeous, by the way, If the dress or the pattern doesn't speak to you, look at the line drawings and make a decision about whether or not it does really speak to you, if it's something that would complement your body. And I really did like this one. I love those extra little ruffles. I think it gives it a lot of extra personality. So this was definitely a go for me. And then I have McCall's 8311. So you guys remember I picked up this pattern, which I'm going to have to go and get it in my size. So I'll be taking this to a fabric swap later this year. But this one with the cutouts is, to me, a very popular one. This would be amazing for a special event. And for this pattern, you need a two-way stretch knit, such as a medium weight knit. You can even use velvet. There is a stretch guide that will help you on the back of an envelope like this to let you know whether or not your chosen pattern, your chosen fabric would actually work in this particular case. But she is cute. Two more patterns, guys. So this one is McCall's 7683, and there's actually a price tag on it. So normally, this pattern would sell for $21.95. And I got it again for 99 cents at the Hobby Lobby sale. If you have a Hobby Lobby near you, you may want to check it out. So I get it, and I acknowledge always that Hobby Lobby isn't for everyone because of their politics, but I always want to share with you guys what's out there, and you make your own personal decision about whether or not it's a place that you want to shop. So I'll just leave that disclaimer and move on, because I get some of those things in my comments. So this pattern was, in all of these, probably around $22 without a sale. So getting them for 99 cents to me is a huge win. This one requires two-way stretch knits. I love the off-shoulder look. I love that flare at the bottom of the dress. Does it have a ruffle down there? No ruffle. It's just a huge flare, which I love. But then there are lots of options. Look at the line drawings on the back. So you have a couple different options on the view that you choose to sew. But I can see, again, depending upon the material that you use, this could be so good. And the pattern envelope actually says create your own look. So the top and bottoms are interchangeable. So you don't have to go with just one version. You can mix and match the tops and bottoms. Pretty cool. And then finally, I told you guys this was a big haul. I have McCall's 8412. And this is a swimsuit, baby. I am looking forward to diving into this swimsuit and cover up. I told you guys I'm going away later this year to a warm destination for a little bit of a break. I like to do that, get away from the cold weather here, and I'm excited. This looks like it has nice big straps to support these girls. Yes, loving that. I love that. So I'm going to probably stop at my local fabric store, Boho Fabrics, up in, it's north of Hunt Valley. Anyway, it's in Baltimore County. They have really gorgeous swimwear fabrics. So I'm going to probably pick up my swimwear fabric from them to do this. And again, whatever fabric you choose, you want to make sure that you are looking at kind of the stretch guide here to make sure that the fabric is conducive for this particular pattern. Loving my fabric haul. And one of the other things that I love about Hobby Lobby, because I only go on Hobby Lobby to get things that are deeply on sale, pretty much patterns. But their buttons, these buttons are always 99 cents each. And so while I was there, I just decided to get a couple different packs. It's nice to have buttons here. So when you're working on something, you have some different options without having to run out. I'm not going to kid you guys. I miss Joanne so much. I really do. Being able to run out to get my Gutermann thread, to get buttons and things like that. But, you know, life moves on and it is what it is. And so we adapt. We figure it out. So This is all that I have for today, guys. I appreciate you guys rocking with me. I appreciate you hanging till the very end. If you are new to me, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I couldn't do this without you guys. If you've been rocking with me for a while, you already know how much I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. So that's all that I've got for you guys today. Woo! I am super excited. So stay tuned as I begin to dive into these patterns and figure out where I'm going to start, but I'll be sure to share my progress. Bye-bye for now.